Hi, I'm Dr. Cindy Dupuy, and I have a PhD in learning disabilities, and I'm an adult with both dyslexia and dysgraphia.
Hi, my name is Kim Sherman, and I've worked with kids who have dyslexia and dysgraphia and ADHD for the last 15 years.
So today, Kim, I thought we'd talk about blending drills.
Okay.
And when I mentioned this to you, you were like, I think I know what that is, but I am not sure. And we may not be speaking the same language. So you've been trained. Tell us what programs you've been trained in or
Um,
use.
I've worked with different
Yeah.
programs, um, Slingerland, a little bit of Wired for Reading, actually a lot of Wired for Reading, and then also, what was the other one? Wilson,
Wilson.
and some more phonemic, what's it called? Go Phonics. There's a bunch of different programs that I've
Also done a little Lindemoot Bell stuff too,
Oh,
haven't you?
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. You're
So,
smattering of everything, right?
right. I pull
So,
out my tools based on what the kid needs.
which is what we're hoping, like by showing all these different techniques, teachers will eventually be able to do, right? Because there's no one right way. And sometimes different kids need different things, and it's having a whole toolbox of what
Mhm.
can I pull out and work with and why. So I was classically trained in Orton Gillingham, which is kind of like it is grassroots, bare bones. What do I have to do? I still have all my Orton Gillingham books. Um, and it was auditory, visual, kinesthetic, build up the 6 syllable types, blending drills. How do we look at words? The downside to Orton Gillingham is you have to do a lot of materials preparation. Like you have to plan your lessons, and those could be rather involved. However, there are elements of it that I simply love. Ironically, when I moved out of my office on Mercer Island when COVID hit, one of the first things that came with me were my sound cards in multiple forms because I could not imagine not having these at the tip of my finger when I couldn't go into my office on a regular basis. But um, so the idea behind a blending drill is I want to practice you looking at a letter, recognizing the phoneme on several letters, and then blending it, which is what ultimately we're trying to teach kids to do. And if they can do that with a closed syllable, um, we can then build them into more things. So we will provide the associated document, and I'm going to throw it up quickly for a moment. There is actually a list of beginning and ending letters that you want to use in a blending drill. And again, we'll share all of this. So you've got your middle letters, which are some vowels, you've got your end letters, you've got some combined, and then we'll talk about the only work with these with beginning consonants in a minute. But the first thing that I would do with any kid before I started to do anything else is we would take the cards and I'd say, Kim, what sound does this letter make?
I'm going to do a mistake first. F.
What sound does a letter make? This is
Oh, in
correct.
like,
It's an F. What sound does that make?
oh, I get it.
That's right. How about that? That's a trickier one. I know you
Er,
got this one.
er.
Okay.
Z.
Good. All right. So we do all the beginning letters. And if there were some in here that the kid didn't know, we'd pull them out until the student actually knew them. We do a similar thing with the short vowel sounds. You notice I've got some vowel teams in there, but we're just going to use the short vowel sounds. And then we do it with the end letters as well. So now when we do a blending drill, I would say we're going to give each sound for the letter that we've got, and then we're going to blend it together to make a real or a nonsense word. So, Kim, what sound does this make?
Z. I. N.
Now blend it.
Z. It. Z.
Thin.
Zin.
Excellent.
I. N. In. Rin.
Beautiful.
Er. Uh. Run.
Beautiful.
To her.
Mm,
Oh, is that the one that sticks together?
mm, rough. Okay,
Rough.
so Kim did a great job of forcing me. So I would say if I were sending this home as an activity for a kid to practice during the week, the kid is not ready for this letter. They could do it in a supported situation, right? Like where I'm there to help them do that, but they're not quite ready for that. So you can build blending drills. Now, I will warn you, sometimes you will end up with something that
Oh.
produces an undesirable
Don't do it.
outcome.
Do it. Don't do it.
And if you anticipate that, so let's say you have the F and you have the U, you should probably change it before you potentially end up with a word that we don't want kids to necessarily say. Now, I also said that there's another kind of drill that we can do with end combinations. Do you remember that, Kim?
Yes.
When we looked at our list,
Mm-hmm.
which looks like this again, right? So on these, I would then take my beginning letters and I would only have two columns. So I would have a stack of the beginning letters and then I would have a stack of the ending. And so we'd only be building the two. So for example, and let me go back to my other camera.
And we're not telling the parents what grade we're dealing with here. So we don't expect a kid in kindergarten to know the
Right.
AY sound or the IGH sound.
Right. So, kid, for this would pretend that you actually know this one, Kim.
Okay. A. Faye.
Beautiful.
A. Say. A. Faye.
So sometimes you have to make sure that you shuffle your deck a little bit better than that, but you get the idea.
Oh, day. A.
Good.
A. Say.
Beautiful. And do you see now that they're going to run into real words and they might say, oh, that's a real word. And that's great. You go, yes, that's right. You can also see how supportive I am when I'm doing this with Kim, right? So if she's having a hard time or is reading it all together or needs some more cueing on that, I can do that. Notice I'm doing this swoop down here as a technique to remind them to blend those sounds together.
Can
So
I
go
say
ahead.
something, Cindy, about fake words?
Absolutely.
A lot of times kids in the younger years and even through elementary school up till 5th grade will do something called fake reading. And so even if you do this with an older student and you put a fake word like "fey," they will say, "That's not a word. I don't know that word."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they'll look at that, and if they're dyslexic, they will say that, "I can't read that word. It's not real." And what does that tell you? That tells you that the kid has struggled. They have held on by their fingernails memorizing language for the past 4 years.
Yeah.
They don't know the sounds inside the words.
And that's our goal, is to get this so automatic that when we give them big, juicy, fabulous words like, I don't know, give me a big, juicy, fabulous word.
Fabulous. Lous. Sorry, Lous. OU.
And as I would tell my students, erase, don't write over. And I just blew
But
it. But
can I give you a one that's better? How about fantastic? Fantastic.
it's one of my favorite ones that I use with kids all the time. So
Yeah, that's
again,
all short vowels.
if they can blend those together, they can get a nice big meaty word that they really enjoy. Okay. Let us know if you like these and if there's something else we can do to help you. We appreciate your feedback. Thanks.